Hello and welcome back to my channel where I like to have fun with all things beauty while being critical about what I accept into my collection. Today I'm doing a declutter video and we are covering eyeliners and mascaras and also some miscellaneous things that sort of make sense in this draw, like, you know, eye primers, sharpeners, things like that. So I always start these videos by putting my favorites up first. So these are the things that are definitely staying. It's also a ranking video. So I'm going to talk about my favorites in every category. And then I'm going to go through stuff that I'm keeping, but it's not my favorite. And then I'm going to conclude with the things I'm getting rid of. The only reason this video is going to be a little bit different than some of my other declutters is just sheer volume. So for the most part, I like to talk about my experience with different things, even things that I don't love. But rather than say it was okay 170 times, you know, I'm just kind of going to speed through that. Too many of these things were mediocre that, you know, it just doesn't warrant talking about every single one of them. So I'm going to spend most of my time talking about my favorites, and then I'm going to try to go through the rest of the video relatively quickly. Also, a lot of this stuff is expired because mascara is one of the few things that I pay attention to, you know. I've had eye infections before, so I do take it more seriously than, like, you know, powder products that I'm not so worried about. So we're also going to be getting rid of a lot of things. I tend to hold on to mascaras for reference, to remember what the wand was like, even if I know it's expired. I'm going to try to let go of some of that stuff today. So hopefully I'll be able to declutter more in this video than I normally am able to. To start with, my favorites. So my favorite mascara was the Bite Beauty. When they were going out of business, I bought a bunch of, well, I would have bought the full sizes if they had any left, but I bought a bunch of the minis. This is my last one. So, you know, honestly, this one has expired, and this is one of the only ones that I'm letting myself keep so I can look at the wand, you know. I know I won't remember what this looks like, and yes, I could Google it. I could absolutely do that. But, you know, it's also really easy for me to just hold on to this and look at it. So I am going to do that, but, you know, I can't use that anymore. So my second favorite is not really a favorite. I'm still searching for the next Bite Beauty mascara, unfortunately. You know, I really like all of these, but I don't love any of them. So the Tower 28, this is a really easygoing mascara. It is volumizing, and the formula is nice. It just doesn't last that long. I feel like before the 3 months is up, the formula is drying out, and then I'm not really getting the volume. You know, I can still use it, but the really good voluminous lashes, I feel like last a couple weeks, but that's really it. And then as it starts to dry out, you know, some formulas get better when they dry out a little bit. This one sort of has like a sweet spot. So like a week after I open it, it's at my favorite, and then it starts to go downhill. So that's my only issue with this. I mean, it's $20. It's not horrible, but I feel like when I compare this to the drugstore, I don't know that it brings its A game. You know, right now, I don't have any drugstore mascaras, but that's really because of gift with purchases. So I've gotten so many minis as gift with purchases. I've so rarely had to buy any mascara that, you know, I just don't buy mascara. And if I were going to, I would probably go with like a Maybelline on Amazon and honestly just leave it at that, because I think those are just as good as everything I have here. I guess Essence is considered drugstore, even though, you know, I only buy it at Ulta. But the Lash Princess is probably Another one, it's okay. If I was going on vacation and I wasn't gonna bring falsies, I would bring my Lash Princess and my Tower 28. Tower 28 because I can throw it on and go. The Lash Princess because if I'm going out at night and I want extra volume, I will wear this. However, it's a little bit messy. So it is more prone to clumping, which I don't love. So I have to babysit it a little bit. And I feel like if I'm running around, if I'm sweating, any of those things, this is not the best mascara. That being said, it brings more to the table than any of my other ones right now. So it is my second favorite for that reason, but it's not perfect. I like this from Melt. So this is the Supernatural lashes. I was able to get this for like $13, I think, on sale. I would always keep an eye out for a sale. I do really like this. I think it is a close second to my Lash Princess. Again, I feel like it can get clumpy if I'm not careful with it, but it's not a deal breaker. I wouldn't necessarily pay full price for it, but I do really like it. So, you know, that's top of my list right now. I also like this from Gxve Beauty simply because of the wand shape. So when I'm wearing falsies, a lot of times I'm wearing half lashes. So I like this to get into my inner corner lashes. I put mascara on before I put on my lashes, but then afterwards, sometimes I feel like it's not quite enough. So this does it. This is not the only mascara with a wand like that. I remember when I was looking specifically for this type of wand, I found a few. So this is just the one that I have, but you know, I don't think you need to go to Gxve Beauty for that. It's just a preference. I can do it without the little ball on top. Like I can fill in my lashes with this when I'm done with my makeup too. It's just, you know, it's a little bit added convenience. Again, none of these are anything to write home about. You know, if I could still get my hands on this, I would say this was worth, you know, jumping through hoops for. But none of these, I feel like I could genuinely just get something at the drugstore and be happy with that. So now talking about eyeliner. So liquid liner, the Urban Decay, I picked this up not even thinking. I had a gift card at Sephora and I had a couple dollars left, and it was one of those where you can only use it in store, and like I was sort of in a hurry. Anyway, I randomly picked this up and I absolutely love it. I don't always love liquid liner, but when I put false lashes on, I do like to put something along my lash line. I'm not good at wings, so I do wings with eyeshadow exclusively. I don't even use pencil liner for wings because I'm just not that steady. So I would not attempt a wing with this. That being said, it is easier to hold than others. You know, this does make a difference for me. Beyond that, the formula is spectacular. This goes on over eyeshadow, no problem. And it's nice and thin, you know, and it's lasted forever. I've got this, I'm not even kidding, I think 2 years ago, and it's still just as pigmented as the day I got it. This was such a good investment. You know, I bought the Tom Ford at the cosmetic company store to replace this. So when I do finally finish this, I'm gonna move on to this one. But as you can see, I've still left it in the box because I don't feel, as good as this is, it didn't stand out to me as being better than the Urban Decay. You know, that sounds insane because I think this is like $60 or $70. I don't even know because, you know, thank God I got it for 50% off. But I didn't feel like it outperformed my Urban Decay, which is crazy. The wand is similar. The line is similar. It's actually, this is shade 01 Deeper. I'm surprised it's not darker than that. Maybe I need to shake it up. But it does have the added feature of having 2 different tips, which is nice, I think, especially if you're more talented than me and you know how to make the most of this. I think that's a good feature. You know, I'm very happy to have this, but as you can see, it doesn't do anything that the Urban Decay doesn't do, so I would buy the Urban Decay again in the future. I was curious about this. I'm glad I bought it, but I don't think I need to buy that again. In terms of colored eyeliner, so really the one that I use every single day, is my Makeup Forever and Boundless Bisque, the Artist Color Pencil. I love this thing. I not only use this for my lower waterline, but when I use it to clean up when I'm finished with my eye look. So after my makeup's done, I actually have this for cleaning up my brows. This is by Benefit, but I've bought the same thing from Ulta, and I think Sephora has their own that's cheaper, just as good. This is good because it's creamy, so I can clean up underneath my brow after I finish with my eyeshadow. But when I want more targeted cleanup, I use this because it's creamy enough to really smooth out and blend into my skin seamlessly. So it's also great for sculpting. So like I was talking earlier about my inability to do a good wing, sometimes what I'll do is I'll just get real messy with my eyeshadow on the outer corner, and then I do my eyes first, so I'll have primer and moisturizer on my face, so I'll actually use my finger to swipe up, and that creates a wing. And sometimes that on its own is fine, and I don't have to do anything else. Other times, if I want it to be crisper, I will use this and I'll do like an inverse wing. So I clean up my eyeshadow with this on my outer corner, and it really does make a perfect wing. And you know, it's not necessarily as bold as like obviously a real wing would be, but it gets the job done. And let me tell you, when I have my lashes on especially, like it does what I want it to, which is give that elongated cat eye effect without all of the issues I have personally with not only being able to draw a good wing, but dealing with crepey eyelid skin. You know, I have not fully hooded eyes, but they're pretty hooded, and they're getting more hooded every year, and they're not even. So it's much worse on one side than the other. So even if I had the perfect skill level and I could draw them perfectly, you know, they don't always look the best. So this is a way to do that, to get the same effect without all of the issues that, you know, I run into with regular eyeliner. So that's why this is the one thing I would never go without. Number two is this for cleaning up under my brow. You know, it's just a skin tone and a shimmer, so it adds a little highlight under the eyebrow as well, which is nice. I've tried other formulas of this. I've tried the Tarte Fake Awake, which I'm going to, you know, talk about when I get to that in my pile. Doesn't hold a candle to this. Those waxier formulas don't blend as well. So with the Fake Awake, I'm not able to do the outer corner wing because I can't blend it into my skin. It's too waxy. I think that might be good for people who maybe have really watery eyes, but I have pretty watery eyes, and this lasts all day in my waterline, no problem. So Makeup Forever, I mean, they're the best pencils, hands down, that I've ever used, period. So after that is the Victoria Beckham. These are just beautiful. You know, I don't use this every day because that would be too much for me. I'm too lazy for that. But I love this on my inner corner. I need to sharpen this badly. But I got this in Gold Lame, and it's sparkly. I love this. And then I got the Satin Bronze. I don't love eyeliner on my lower lash line. I'm not really sure if that's just in my head, but anytime I put color of any sort other than, you know, white or skin tone for me, I feel like it makes my eyes look heavy and weighed down. So because of that, I haven't been able to use this on my lower lash. I can use this on my upper though. And you know, I do like it, I just don't reach for it that much. This was a much better investment because it works as an inner corner shade. So I just have to be honest with myself and where I'm at, and I sort of have to let go of all of my black eyeliners because I'm almost never gonna end up really using those. I'm not sure if that ever looked good on me, but definitely at, you know, the stage of life I'm in now, it doesn't really add anything good to my look. So, okay, next I'll talk about primers. Here is my Sigma. I love this for traveling. It's just super easy to use. You know, do I notice the most from it? No, but it evens out my eyelid, you know? I don't know that it stops things from creasing or increases longevity. I have dry skin, so I don't have an issue with my eyelids being oily anyway. I just really like to blank, I like a blank canvas when I start my eye looks. So that's why I even use eyelid primer. You know, I don't think it's necessary. If I didn't have it, I would not have a problem. But, you know, having the option, I'm gonna use it if I have it. I also love the MAC paint pot. You know, this is in Painterly. This is drying out. So I really need to start using this more so I can use it up. But Painterly is a good shade for that. I also love the Nars Creamy Concealer. This was 50% off at Ulta during the last seasonal sale. So I got this in light 2.5 creme brulee. And this is great for blemish cover and also eyelid primer. You know, it's probably what I would use every day if I didn't have these that I feel like I need to use up because I think they're going to expire. This one's brand new. But anyway, for eyebrows, I can't be bothered. So I have so many eyebrow pencils and I'm gonna keep them. I'm not getting rid of them, but I don't use any of them. Once I found this, the Benefit Pomade, and I realized how much faster it was, I just never looked back. I have very sparse brows. They're very pathetic. They've always been that way. You know, that's just my hair. I just don't have a lot of hair anyway. So I don't have a lot of brow hair. And this is what I found to be the fastest. As you can see, I'm actually almost out of it. There's a bunch under here. So I'm gonna have this for at least 6 more months probably. It lasts forever. It's a great formula. I have it in 2.5 Neutral Blonde. I adore this. I won't throw away all of my pencils. I have a bunch from Benefit that I like as well, but it's this, you know, this is what I want to use every day because it's quick and effective. Then I have my eye glues. You know, my favorite is the Duo. This is what I use every day. I got this free with a kit, so I like this too. It works just fine. And then I have this sharpener, you know, any sharpener is fine, and my Lumify. I will use this for photos. I don't like to use it every day, and I don't use it every day. I probably use this once every 3 to 6 months, you know, very rarely, but that's because I have sensitive eyes. You know, I need eye drops for allergies every day. So needless to say, my eyes are sensitive, and just not knowing what this could do long term, I don't want to overuse it, but it gets the red out instantly and it does make a difference. So if I'm going to an event where I know there's going to be photos, I will use it. Otherwise, I just hold on to it and it stays in my top drawer. So this is it for everything that is in my top drawer. These don't actually live in my drawer with my eyeliners and mascaras, but I did want to talk about these because they're related. These are my favorite lashes, the bright lashes. I don't know why. I feel like I have tried to make the Ardell Demi Wispies work for years and I just never could, and I feel like it's because of the band. I don't love the shape of it, and you know, even if I cut them in half and I make them small enough for my little eyes, like the band is straight and it never bends correctly. It's probably user error. It's definitely user error. But once I found these, I just never looked back. So these just, they fit my eyes instantly. My favorite is Flirt. And then my other favorite for every day is Whisper. So here's Whisper. Flirt and Whisper, those are my top two. That being said, I use all of them. So they also come in Flare and Flutter. They're great too. You know, these are my favorite lashes, hands down. If I'm in a hurry and I need a new pair from the drugstore or Ulta, I will get these from Lily Lashes. I have Sassy, and they come in one other style. They're both fabulous. This is the only commercial lash that I've ever bought that worked for me right out of the box. And they're great. You know, they last a long time. They're easy to clean. The band is not too thick. They're fabulous. I love these lashes. So this is somewhat of a mess, but the first things I'm going to take care of really quickly that are staying in my collection are the things that aren't even open. So I have these samples. I have one from Vapor, a mascara I've never tried. Pillow Talk, I have tried. I actually really like this mascara, so that's staying. I have this Pat McGrath. This is the Fetish Eyes. I think I like the gold one better. I like this one. The Dark Star is my preference, but I'll use that, no problem. Now I'm going to talk about the ones that are too new to throw away, so they're going to go in my overflow box. The Ami Collet. I wanted to like this, but it was too goopy. You know, because I just bought it and I used it like twice, I'm not throwing it away. Clinique, I've never used this. Lash Clash from YSL. I did really like this. I'm actually going to throw that away because it's old. But I really was excited to try it because I heard so many good things about it. It, to me, reminded me actually a little bit of Lash Princess. It was good, but it got a little bit clumpy, so I kind of had to babysit it. My favorite that is going in the garbage is this from Grande. I loved this mascara. It just worked really great. I won't pay full price for it, but if you ever see this on sale, highly recommend. I also have this in the Grande Drama. I did not like this. I loved the Grande Fanatic. I tried this from Essence, did not like it, going to Declutter. Fenty Beauty, this didn't impress me really, so I'm gonna declutter that. This from Westman Atelier, I was super curious about it, and actually, I don't think that's old enough to throw away. That's going in the overflow box, but it didn't really impress me. This is just a primer from Lancome, not old enough. I have 2 of these. They're gonna go in the overflow for now. Milk, this didn't really impress me, but okay, I'm gonna throw that away. That looks like it's dry. All of these are just expired. So the Anastasia, the Lash Sensational, Giorgio Armani, Clinique, they're just old. So they're garbage. These, same deal. None of these were anything to write home about. I did like the Max Stacks. I would buy this on sale. I just wouldn't pay full price for it. More expired garbage. Bare Minerals, Pat McGrath Dark Star, my favorite from her. Hourglass, this was okay. I wouldn't buy it, but it was okay. Irrelevant, they don't make it anymore. Roller Lash was fine. It wasn't like anything so remarkable. You know, I know it's a bestseller for them. I did like it. When that was new, I did reach for it, but I just don't know. I don't think I would go out of my way for it now. This didn't do anything for me. It's expired. This is expired. Surfer Curl expired. The Fetishize expired, and this is Givenchy expired. Nothing that I would purchase. Few more that are expired. So we have the Lash Idol from Lancome. This is popular. I would use this if I had it, but I wouldn't pay full price for it. Ilia expired. This was fine. Dior didn't do anything for me. Ilia, again, didn't do anything for me. All of those are expired. 2 more Tower 28, so clearly I like this enough to repurchase, but those are garbage. All right, so now we're on to brow. I think that, yeah, okay. So I got this from Ulta. This is a fiber brow gel. I was curious about it because I heard the fiber could work similar to the brow pomade. I'm just going to declutter that because I tried it once or twice and I didn't really like it. Something that is staying in my top drawer is this from Tom Ford. This is the fiber brow gel. I don't know that I know how to use this. I've only used it once or twice, so I'm keeping it, but I don't know that I was impressed enough to tell anybody else to go out and buy it. I would say it's a nice one. If you can get it for 50% off, pick it up. But myself personally, I don't think I'll buy that again. Oh, this Sugar Rush, are they still a brand? No idea. That's garbage. Okay. This is a mix of eyeliner, lip liner, and brow stuff. So it's kind of a mess. But, okay. This is a liquid felt tip eyeliner. I'm going to hold on to it just in case I haven't figured out how to use it correctly, but I don't really know how to use it. My favorite liner before I found the Urban Decay was the KVD tattoo liner. I stand by this because this was great and it lasted a really long time. I believe this one is expired, and I have a mini, but these were great. You know, if I saw that on sale, I would absolutely buy it again. This is the Roller Lash liquid liner. I'm gonna hold on to this because it's brand new, but I don't use brown liquid liner, so I don't really know why I'm holding on to it. Okay, this is another brow product from Urban Decay. This was on sale. That's the only reason I got it. I'm pretty sure it has dried out. So this had, you know, the 2 different tips going for it, so I was curious. I'm not ready to throw that out, but I gotta tell you, I never was able to really use it. To finish up the brows, I have this from MAC. So that is pretty much dried out. But what made this interesting was this feature. It came with a brow powder in the cap. I don't believe that I figured out how to use this in time, so I did let it expire. I'm not sure what here is expired. I know some of these you can sharpen and save them. Some of them you can't. So this from Benefit, I used to use the Benefit brow products all the time. This was the fiber pencil, so I'm gonna save this and hopefully I can save that by sharpening it. This is the Goof Proof. This might, no, doesn't look like it's dead yet. So I like this because it's quick. You know, it's a thicker pencil, so it works quicker. I keep them for backup, but I won't buy any more because I just don't end up using them. Same thing, Anastasia. I don't support Anastasia. so I don't purchase anything from them. And these have dried out, so they're garbage. Here's the Tarte Fake Awake. So it's fine. It's just when it dries, it's a little bit harder to spread. It's not as creamy. It's good for longevity. You know, I'm happy to have this. I'm certainly keeping it. It's not going anywhere, but I just prefer the Makeup Forever. In a similar category, I have this from Trace Luces and this from Makeup Geek. Obviously, Makeup Geek is no longer, but that still works. This from, I don't think Trace Luces is still here either. That seems fine. You know, they're all good. They're just, I don't know, they're not special. Then I have these from Danessa Myricks. Now, unfortunately, I think I'm allergic to these because, and honestly, I don't have any eye products that I'm allergic to. This is the first time that I've ever even come across that. And it's beautiful, pink to gold duochrome. It's fabulous. But every single time I go to use it, my eyes burn and I have to take it off. That's beautiful too. So I'm not throwing these away. I should, but I keep thinking I will figure out a way to use them without crying. Hasn't happened yet, but this is just a color thing. So I have that LA Girl. I have white and pink and light blue. The light colors I can get away with in the waterline, so that's why I have these. I don't reach for color like this very often, but if I ever do, I have, you know, if I ever do an eye look that asks for that, I have those. This from Sephora, I like the formula. It's a little bit darker than what I was hoping. It's Purgatory Box. Then, you know, Clinique, I like everything from Clinique. I just never purchase it. It always comes with things. This was from House Labs from the Amazon before they got rid of it. It was a good eyeliner. I'm gonna hold on to it, but I don't reach for it because I use what I use. This from Kulfi, I've never even used this. I don't really reach for brown, but I do like the formula. Very generic black eyeliners. There's nothing wrong with them. We have Urban Decay and Ulta. You know, I'm sure that these came with sets. They're all fine, but they're just very generic. I have the Sephora. I bought a blue to see how it would look on my eyes. I ended up not loving it. So, Declutter box. Then I have these from ColourPop. These are two of the duochromes. It wound up, I like this formula, and unlike the Danessa Myricks, I can use it no problem. I just didn't get colors light enough for me to really use them. So I'm holding on to these in hopes that I figure out how to use them, but they don't look great on me as eyeliner. This was a gimmick. I bought this. This is just a generic brown eyeliner because it's totally recyclable. So the cap is made out of sugar cane. This is wood, and this is a plant. So when you finish this, you can bury the entire thing in the backyard and it will grow a plant. I thought that was fascinating. I will never use this up, so I should just put this in the ground now, but of course I'm gonna hold on to it. Okay, lip liner, Makeup Forever. Love it, not the best color. Pat McGrath, my favorite. Lunar Beauty, just fine. Holding on to all of those. Here we have some eye primers. So, that's a Declutter. The Urban Decay Primer Potion. I have this in the anti-aging variety. It's fine, it's hydrating. I don't think it makes a huge difference, but as my eyelids get drier, I might change my mind. Right now, I wanted to just test it out. I like it, I don't love it. The Anastasia Eye Base is fine. I like it's more drying than the other ones that I use. The Veil by Hourglass felt a little bit drying, and this from Fenty, super drying. I'm not ready to throw any of these away. They're all going in my overflow box, but yeah, I don't love any of them. I don't hate them. I just wouldn't buy any of those again. Here we have eyeshadow in stick form. So I have these two from Charlotte Tilbury. This is a color thing. You know, I'm not going to throw these away. These came in my Beautylish box, but I don't like the colors, so I'm never going to reach for those. This from It Cosmetics. I thought that I would love this as an inner corner, but it's not sparkly enough. You know, so it's going in the overflow box. This from NYX could be 10 years old. I don't have any idea where this came from, but you know, that would make a more impressive inner corner, so I hold on to it for that. This is Gxve Beauty. This is a better inner corner, so I hold on to it for that, but it's a little bit dry, so it's not that creamy. It's not as pleasant to use. These are, I have no idea, I don't even know how to say that. These came free with something. Okay, I think that means I should declutter them. Yeah, it's like they're not special enough. They're not metallic enough. You know, I think they're similar to the Bobbi Brown sticks and the Laura Mercier caviar sticks, but neither of those really bring me joy. I like for something that brings a little bit, is a little punchier, just a little bit more sparkle, and this doesn't deliver. Like, this is a Bobbi Brown. You know, I'm gonna hold on to this because it is new, but it doesn't bring enough. You know, if I'm in a hurry, I can see a use case for that. But it just doesn't spark joy, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Oh, I have another one. It's just black. I guess I can't throw those out yet, but I should. So none of these things should be in this drawer, but they are, or some of them should. Eyelash curler from e.l.f. I don't bother, but I'm not going to throw it out. Victoria Beckham sharpener, keeping that. Inglot, definitely keeping that. Duraline. Mini MAC Fix Plus, keeping that. Cinema Secrets, this is for on the go. It's just for putting the solution. I'm not sure why that's in there. For falsies, keeping that. Obviously keeping that. Sharpener part, keeping that. These Stila, they're probably about to dry out if they haven't already. I need to find where my other Stilas live and put those where they belong. These single shadows shouldn't be in here. This is a liquid. I guess that's not totally dead yet, but I don't really use liner like that. ColourPop Super Shock Pat McGrath single. This was like a random eyeshadow I got on Amazon. It was so cheap. It's so pretty. I mean, I'm definitely keeping that, but it should be with my other singles. I think I just run out of room and then I start throwing things in this drawer, and I really need to stop doing that because I can't find anything. So that's it. These are going with the eyeshadow. Everything else is either going in the purgatory box or being decluttered. I am so sorry that this video is more rushed than my other ones. I am in the middle of packing to leave the house to have it fumigated, and I'm having to take my makeup because even though they say that termite gas is safe, we have to turn the air conditioner off, which means it's summertime in South Florida, so it's going to be hot and humid. So I really wanted to get this project out of the way so I can finish this and then start packing. So thank you so much for being here. The next video will be primers and setting sprays, and I definitely have a lot more to say for that. So that will hopefully be in the next few weeks, and I hope everybody is having a fabulous week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.